here we go. This is me, Andrew, on YouTube. I said to myself through lockdown, if I get to 10,000 followers on Instagram, I'm going to give YouTube a go. I don't know why, I'm just going to give it a different go. I think the thing is that on Instagram, try to do videos, people want instant hits, and try to do a review in under 4 minutes is incredibly difficult. I put too much pressure on myself and I start sweating. So I'm going to do YouTube, give it a go, see what happens. So I'm coming to you today from Huddersfield, and if you don't know where Huddersfield is, it's in Yorkshire, and unfortunately we all sound like this, so if you're going to watch this video you're going to have to get used to it. And today my wristwatch check is the Rolex Datejust. It's the 41mm blue dial. I really do like this watch, it's become my firm favourite. It's a horrendous scratch magnet and fingerprint magnet, and I'm constantly buffing it up to make it as shiny as possible. That really does tee me off about the watch, but apart from that, I could wear it all day, every day. I love it, and I'm thinking of actually getting another one. I like it that much. So what qualifies me to be on YouTube? That's the joy of YouTube. You don't have to be qualified. You can go out there, spout whatever you want. But in reality, what I want to do is give my opinion on watches. Nothing more, nothing less. I've qualified in a way that I have bought a ton of watches recently. In the last few years, I've had so many. In fact, I've got a list here. Hang on. So I have had, since about 2016-17, a Submariner Date, an Explorer, a Seamaster in black, a Seamaster in blue, a Seamaster in black again, the Planet Ocean 42, the Planet Ocean 43.2, the Speedmaster, the Air King, the Datejust, 3 Super Oceans, a Batman, a Tudor Pelagos, a Tudor Pepsi GMT, and quite a few others. I've bought my first Seiko recently as well. I reviewed that on Instagram. So I've got an opinion on all them watches, and like everyone on YouTube or anyone on Instagram or anyone in the world, I've got an opinion on watches, and unfortunately there's not that many people that I can share my opinion with watches with. Never in my life have I actually met a fellow watch enthusiast. I've maybe talked about watches the odd couple of times, but apart from just, oh, nice watch, mate, no one gives a crap. I could choose on 5 occasions that someone's probably noticed my watch. A bloke in a shop once said to me, nice watch, mate. And I'm like, all right, it's a Tudor. And he went, over there. So, you know, people don't care about your watches. We care way too much. I match my clothes with my watches, which is ridiculous. No one's ever gone, oh wow, your watch goes great with your shirt, mate, well done. No one cares, only we care. So sharing my love of watches through YouTube, through Instagram, it gets my creative juices flowing, and it's just something to try and share with you guys. Meeting a watch enthusiast is going to change soon. Now, there's quite a few local to here actually that I'm going to hope and meet up with a pint eventually. So guys, if you're watching, shoot me a message and we'll meet up for that pint. Right, so what can I do today? I have been in touch with quite a few people, and I'm going to get some really, really, really good watches in for review. What do you mean they haven't sent one? I emailed Rolex 2 weeks ago to ask them for a Submariner. They haven't sent it. Right, what about Amiga? Breitling? Steinhardt? Invicta? Right, so no one sent me a watch to review, but that's fine, it doesn't matter. What I'm hoping to be as a YouTuber is give you integrity, honesty, forthright opinion. No, it's for the free stuff. I'm going to get that big that people are going to send me stuff free of charge. That's the dream, surely. Come on, guys. I'm going to try and be as honest as I can with you. So today, what am I going to do? I'm going to do a state of the collection. Dead obvious, dead easy. And my collection is forever changing. So let's get into the ever collection state of the review. Right, let's go. Right, guys, I've got 12 watches to show you, so I'll go through the crappy ones as quickly as possible. This little beauty my dad bought me, and it came out of a cracker, I think. I think it cost about £5. Basically, I've got a Scottish father, and he made me support Scotland and another Scottish football team all my life, and it's stuck. So that is just a bit of fun and a token gesture. This, I felt like I had to buy it as a watch enthusiast. A digital Casio, it is what it is. It's a £10 watch. I don't particularly enjoy it. I don't wear it. Might wear it for the odd jog if I'm going out, but I'll give Casio its due. When I was growing up, I'd heard of 3 watches. By the time I was about 11, I'd heard of Casio, Rolex and Tag. So these guys must be doing something right in the marketing stakes, if nothing else. This is again another stunner from my dad. It's a Loris. I don't think it's gold. Well, in fact, I know it's not gold. But it works, and it is a dainty little number. So I don't think I ever wear this, not even around the house. So these 3 watches I never really wear, but nice to have in the collection. This one, does anyone have an iWatch, an Apple Watch, whatever you want to call it? I really like these things. This is great for tracking my runs. I never wear it on a daily basis. It isn't a real watch. When I first got one of these a few years ago, I wore it for 8 months straight, and I had to sell it because it just becoming part of my life. Really handy. Again, I fell into the hype, and it's not a great watch. I love the dial, the bezel. I think that's really nice colours, should I say. Anyway, it's got half decent lume as well. But again, as a watch, I never wear it. It's not particularly comfy. I think it looks nice, but that's about it. There's a good story behind this. This is a Sit-in Eco Drive Red Arrows. So I went to Geneva for my birthday last year, and I was desperate to buy a watch to commemorate my birthday over there. I was in Bucharest, I think that's how you say it, and I was going to buy the Tudor Black Bay Bronze. I told them I'd buy it, and then I changed my mind at the last minute. I couldn't find a Rolex that I wanted, and I desperately wanted to buy a watch. In the end, I bought this on the plane on the way home, so it probably came from Manchester in the end, not Geneva. But it is a nice little keepsake, that, and I have a soft spot in my heart for Citizen. This watch is the biggest soft spot I have for Citizen, and this is the watch that I got married in. Now, I actually wanted to buy a watch that wasn't from, say, Hugo or Bosch or anything like that. When I bought this watch, I wasn't into watches, but I wanted a watch, and Citizen, that's all they do, make watches. So I felt like it was a proper watch company, and that's the reason I bought this. The only thing I wish I'd done is bought something a little bit more timeless in design, because it's a big boy. I think it's about 45, and it's massive. Never seen it before this. I don't think they sell it anymore. I think it's bronze, is that material. So that is a really nice watch, and it's my wedding watch, believe it or not. Looks like a fashion watch now, unfortunately, but the strap is top notch on that. This is the watch I bought for my 1 year anniversary, and this is a really, really nice watch, to be fair. Really well made. It's the Blue Angels, so they're like the American Red Arrows. And I think this, actually, when you look at the quality, it's radio controlled, sorry. So it sets the time itself. Let's see if it's working. That should be there to say okay. So no, it's not working. Sometimes you have to put it by the window and it'll pick up the signal a little bit better. Or if you hold that down for 4 seconds, it will try and reset itself again. But that's what I set all my other watches by, funnily enough. Right, so we've done the bulk of my collection. Let's get on to the big boys. And actually, yeah, this is going to be my first automatic. And this is the Bremont Broadsword. So there's a story behind this. I got myself in a little tizzy that I desperately wanted a British-made watch. Searching around, Bremonts are relatively expensive. Not saying they're too expensive for what you get, but they are expensive watches. And it turns out this is their best priced option, and it's actually the nicest looking watch, I think. So it's based on the Dirty Dozen, and it's a really, really nice watch. The added bonus is it's for the military, so the Army, the Navy and the RAF on there. And as it happens, my dad served in the Navy and my granddad was in the Army, and he was actually shot at Dunkirk. Survived, but it's still a good story to tell. So I thought I'd bonded with the watch in that way. In reality, because it's on the strap and because I've got Omegas and Rolexes, it probably don't get as much time as it should. I am thinking of getting the metal bracelet to go with this to try and jazz this up a bit more, because it is very casual. Not a bad thing, but just compared to my other watches, it just don't get as much time. And this is the first ever automatic watch I had to send back to service. So I've had this since December and it's already been back for service. So that was a little bit disappointing, but they did really good. They turned it around in a fast time, and now all it was that when I was winding it, it was a bit stiff, or very stiff for that matter. But as you can see now, it's back and it's fully lubed up. So everyone likes a good lubing, don't they, to make it nice and easy to get in. So really good watch, but I need the bracelet to make that a little bit better. Wow, let's make some room here. So we're on to the big boys. What's my top 3? Well, I did an Instagram post recently, so you've probably all seen it if you're coming across from there. And it's that classic watch, to be fair, isn't it? The Speedmaster. I went for the Sapphire Sandwich. A, because it looks better, and B, because that would be wrecked already if it was me. It's just, I couldn't do it with the plastic version. It wouldn't work for me. I've been put off by a Speedmaster for years. I've never really wanted one, never really fancied one, but I just went for it recently, and it's just so easy to wear. It's so comfy. The balance, the fit, the finish, the feel, everything about it is spot on. So I wear this most days now. I change my watch maybe twice a day, so I wear one during the day. get showered or have a bath at night, and then I'll swap to something else. And at the moment, this is my day watch or this is my night watch, and I love it. And this, like a bad smell that won't leave me. 3 times I've bought this watch in 4 years. The blue version, I've got to say, is probably the more beautiful version. But at the first time I wanted to buy a black watch, I probably wanted to buy a Submariner in all honesty, but I couldn't afford it and I couldn't find one. So I wanted a black dive watch, and this fit the bill. And first time round it didn't have any micro adjustments, so I sold it. Second time round, its beauty gets you every time. If you've ever been close up for this watch, I would highly recommend holding it and feeling it. The weight is really nice. Absolutely stunning watch in person. It don't always photograph or go well on videos because it's so reflective, but beautiful watch. I love this watch. Although I might be selling them too to get a Rolex. Am I crazy? Probably. And then the jewel in the crown is my Datejust. So comfy, good looking, great watch, everything about it I really enjoy. And as it happens, I had a Rolex Batman on the Jubilee and I sold it for them too. So actually, I think I got the better deal out of that. Yes, the Batman is an awesome watch, it's hard to get, but it is just a hype watch. And actually, when you look at these two watches, these are better looking watches and they're just as exquisite and luxurious. And you know what, who in the world ever says, oh, is that a Rolex GMT Batman, you know, BLRNO? No one does. If you're wearing a Rolex, you're wearing a Rolex. It don't matter if it's 10-year-old, 30-year-old. If you've got a Rolex on, that's all people know. If you don't like Rolex, fair play. You've got the Speedmaster with the heritage, the history, the bond with NASA and the moon. So that is a watch, again, that you could wear all day, every day. I have put it in the bath ever so slightly. I do put it under the sink as well to give it a wash. So it isn't massively waterproof, but it's not going to, you know, break down and collapse like a piece of paper. So I think I've got a decent watch collection. What's coming next? Well, I'm hoping it's going to be the Rolex Explorer. Right guys, that's my watch collection. Right, so that's my watch collection, my state of the collection, July 2020. Could be anything next month, so you'll have to keep tuned for that one. What I would say is the word flipper, people might call me a flipper, and I don't particularly like that term, not for myself anyway. I have never ever sold a watch with profit as the main motive. Yes, it was nice to sell the Batman and get 2 watches in its place, but that wasn't the motive. I wasn't quite clicking with the Batman, nor have I clicked with most of the watches, and that's why I've sold them on. There's always been something that tease you off about them. There's not micro adjustment, or it's this or it's that. Things fall out of love with watches, and the great thing about a luxury watch is that you can sell it, make a ton of money on it and buy something else. You're not stuck with it. So that's one of my great probably downfalls with watches. You can sell it and swap it and get something else, but also that's one of the great things about watches that excites me, that you can keep going and keep changing the collection. There's 1 or 2 pieces in there that I'll keep forever because of sentimental value, but I would say 90% are up for grabs if I can find something more that I like out there. So as it happens, today I turned down the Black Bay 58. Great looking watch, the hype, I bought into it, but at the end of the day it was 1 phone call on Monday and they rang me up today to say it is, so it's probably not that popular, is it? As I say, I'm looking for the Rolex Explorer next. That's my big purchase. I'm really looking forward to that. And what I want to say, my parting thing is going to be a little bit of watch wisdom. Could call me something else beginning with WW, but we'll call it wisdom for now. If you buy a luxury car or you buy luxury shoes, you go for a test drive in that car, you see how it feels. If you were going to buy a pair of shoes and you were going to spend £500 on a pair of shoes, I've never done that, but if you were going to spend £500 on a pair of shoes, you won't walk in and go, oh, can I look at them brown shoes over there please? And they go, yes sir, what size are you? Well, I'm a size 8. Right, well you can try these size 11s on then. You'd be like, oh, I won't know how they feel. Why would I try size 11s on? And that's what it feels like when you go to try a new watch on and they give you this big bracelet that could wrap around your ankle. You'll never get a true fit or feel or understanding of a 2,000, 1,000, even £500 watch. They need to be able to take the links out or have a dud one there, that, like for Tudor Black Bay for example. There's so many variants, but if each shop had just a case and the strap that they could adjust the bracelet on, you could get a true fit and feel of how that watch feels. I can't believe that you're allowed to try on a watch, jangle it around and go, yeah, that'll do, I'll buy that, here's £3,000 mate. Crazy that you're allowed to do that in this day and age. You'd never do it with shoes, you'd never do it with a car, you'd never do it with a leather jacket. Oh, can I try a small one please? Well no, we've only got an extra large. Alright, I'll try that on. Yeah, I think it'll work. So that's my watch wisdom for today. That's my first ever YouTube video. Right guys, I'll see you in the next one. Fucking thing. Right guys, hope you're well. How's it going? YouTube. If you want to talk about